Welcome back to another episode of 40 Facts About the 40K Universe. I am your host, Gershwin, and you are watching One Mind Syndicate. Today we continue talking about the Chaos Space Marines as we get into the Battle of Skalathrax. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We post Warhammer 40K content every single day, and we have a huge archive of lore videos for you to check out. So don't forget to subscribe. But with that said, let's get into 40 facts on the Battle of Skalathrax. The Battle of Skalathrax was the final campaign the World Eaters Trader Legion fought as a unified Space Marine Legion against their hated rivals, the Emperor's Children, on the demon world of Skalathrax, located deep within the Eye of Terror. In the aftermath of the Horus Heresy, the World Eaters descended to new depths of bloodlust and destruction, reaving across the already scattered Imperium of Man before plunging into the twisted depths of the Eye of Terror. The story of the World Eater's search for a homeworld is a defining point in their legion's history. Korn, the former equerry of the Primarch Angron and a coronet Berserker, would earn the enmity of his legion for his infamous actions upon the demon world of Skalathrax. The World Eaters and the Chaos Space Marines of the Emperor's Children Legion fought one another amidst the bone-chilling cold of the frigid demon world within the Eye. After a full day of vicious fighting, the deeply frigid Skalathrax night began. Horrified by environmental conditions so cold that they affected even the superhuman metabolism of Astartes, the Emperor's Children and the World Eaters agreed to a temporary ceasefire, and both sides took to their shelters. The freezing night brought conditions so severe that they could kill even a Chaos Space Marine in a matter of moments during the deepest portions of the long night. Korn fell into a terrible rage over the idea of being delayed from his slaughter for even a single night. Maddened when he saw his fellow legionnaires creeping back to their shelter like cowards, he took up a flamer and burned them to ash, slaying with his chain axe, Gorechild, any who tried to stand against him. During the ensuing chaos, Korn was assaulted by 3 unknown assailants. Undeterred, the Berserker leapt at his foes. A stray bolter round struck Korn in his breastplate, sending his leap wide, forcing him to dispatch a concealed warrior with an improvised backhand strike of his chain axe. He then whirled around and clove through the bolter of the 3rd assailant before slamming him insensible to the ground. He then hurled Gorechild to his left. The chain axe bit through the throat of the last Astarte, arterial blood spraying into the air. Standing over the prone warrior as he attempted to scramble for his weapon, Korn recognized the face of his assailant. It was his old trainer from his first days with the 12th Legion, Centurion Grunner. Backed into a corner amongst the bodies of his fallen brethren, Grunner spoke of madness and betrayal, cursing Korn for daring to strike down the battle brothers of his own legion. Korn would hear none of it and cut down Grunner where he stood. As the foremost Berserker champion of the 12th Legion, Korn had stood upon the walls of the Imperial Palace during the last hours of the World Eater's great campaign in service to Korn upon the sacred soil of mankind's homeworld. He had been the last to be borne away from Terra after Horus's assault had failed, his body broken after he slain 1 million of the false Emperor's lackeys through the breach of the Imperial Palace's defenses at the Lion's Gate. None alive amongst the mortal servants of the Blood God would ever surpass his tally of kills. The contest that Korn had proclaimed, for which Berserker could claim the most skulls on behalf of the 12th Legion's patron Chaos God, was finally over, and he had been the victor. Korn believed that it was the weakness of his fellow traitor Space Marines that had led to their defeat during the Battle of Terra. The weakness of other traitor legions, as well as the weakness found amongst his own brethren in the World Eaters. Filled with disgust for his fellow Astartes' weakness, the Chosen of Korn continued to slay Emperor Children and World Eater alike, earning him the title of the Betrayer from the other World Eaters. His actions at Skalathrax shattered his legion's unity and reduced it to scattered individual warbands of coronet Berserkers that would reave through the Eye of Terror and beyond for the next 10,000 standard years. Yet the Blood God was ultimately pleased with the slaughter, even as the Demon Primarch Angron's Legion ceased to exist as a coherent military entity. Though Angron would periodically gather the desperate World Eater warbands into something resembling the glory of the old 12th Legion, the World Eaters were condemned to roam the battlefields of the galaxy in search of never-ending war. Individual squads and warbands joined other forces simply for the opportunity to spill blood and take skulls. Many World Eaters to this day still bear a burning hatred for Korn and his actions, while others, more devoted to the eightfold path of Korn, grudgingly admire his single-minded devotion to blood and slaughter. And those were 40 facts on the Battle of Skalathrax. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was a viewer request, and it's a very good story of a pretty epic battle. It's a pivotal point in the history of the World Eaters Legion, and at the same time, it just goes to show you how badass Korn is, to the point where he is killing his own men. I mean, you could say that yes, they did not see it coming, but you're killing people that basically trained with you. So he was the top dog in all of his entire legion for him to be able to kill so many of his own kind. I know the Sound Alchemist put out a questionnaire asking what cool Chaos Space Marine chapter, or legion, he should start collecting. What faction should he start collecting? And you guys really were leaning more towards Slaanesh, but Korn is an awesome army. I've been thinking about getting into Korn, but I'm not too sure. It's either between Korn or Tzeentch. Comment down below, guys, if you guys have any suggestions as to what would play best on the battlefield, Tzeentch or Korn. And then if you have any requests, please comment down below. We take your comments and we build our videos according to what you guys are asking for. So if you guys want to see more chaos, let us know down in the comment section below. If you want anything else, just let us know as well. If you guys like what we do and you want to support us, jump on over to Patreon. A simple $1 a month helps us create more videos. If you can't support us that way, we understand. Simply by liking, commenting, and sharing, it really helps out the channel, especially hitting that little bell notification icon. With that said, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. This was Gershwin with One Mind Syndicate, signing out.